Hello and welcome to Easy as Pie. In this video we're going to be looking at the rules and methods for addition and subtraction. Let's take a look at our first question. One of the most important rules when adding and subtracting is lining up your units columns. As you can see here, I've lined up the tens and I've lined up the ones. That then ensures we are adding the correct values together. So we're adding the 2 and the 5, which gives us 7. Now the next rule is you always add the columns right to left. So I've added up that column, now I'm going to move on to this one. 7 plus 6 gives us 13, and this takes us to rule number 3. We have to carry over any spare tens into the next column. So I'm going to write my 1 there and my 3 there. So I've written my tens value here and my units value there. Right, 3 plus 1 gives us 4. So our answer is 437. Right, let's take a look at the next question. 872 plus 563 plus 78. One of the things we're going to ensure we do though is follow the rules that we've already learned. So rule number 1, when writing out any questions, we always line up the units columns. So 872, 563 and 78. Now, rule number 2. We ensure that we add from right to left. Finally, rule number 3. We're going to make sure we carry any tens values into the next column. Right, then let's look at this question. 2 plus 3 plus 8. One of the things that will be very easy for you to do is identify which values added together make 10 or other simple numbers like that. So 2 plus 8 gives us 10 plus the 3 gives us 13. So we're going to make sure straight away that we carry our 1 for the 13 and then write our 3 underneath. Now we've got 7, 6 and 7 and 1. Add the 7 and 7 gives me 14. Add the 6 takes it to 20. Then we get 21. 2 there and the 1 there. 8 plus 5 plus 2. 8 and 2 we already know gives us 10. Add the 5 takes us to 15. We then write 15 as there's no further columns to add, so we can't carry that 10 any longer. Right, let's move on to subtraction. We've got to ensure here that we follow some of the same rules. We've got to ensure that we line up the units columns and we subtract from right to left. So 675 take away 232. This is a nice simple subtraction. 5 take away 2 gives us 3. 7 take away 3 gives us 4. 6 take away 2 gives us another 4. So our answer is 443. Now, let's look at a slightly harder question. So again, we've got to ensure we follow the same two rules. 323 take away 156. But we've got a problem now. Our bottom number is bigger than our top number. So if that's the case, we have to borrow 10 from the left. So that becomes a 1 to allow the tens to go over to here. So that becomes 13 take away 6, which gives us 7. Then we've got 1 take away 5, and again we have to borrow. So turn that 3 into a 2 and carry the 1. So we've got 11 take away 5, which gives us 6. 2 take away 1 gives us 1. So our answer is 167. So that leads us on to rule number 3. We have to ensure that we borrow 10 from the left if the top number is smaller than the bottom number. Right, so the key rules to remember. You've got to line up the units columns when writing out the question. You add or subtract the columns right to left. Carry over any spare tens when adding and borrow 10 from the left when needed in subtraction. Okay, it's your turn. Have a go at answering these questions, leaving your answers in the comments. If you get stuck, feel free to send me a message. Don't forget to subscribe and keep an eye out for our next video. Thank you for watching.